Kia ora guys, welcome back to the Black Jersey. It's your boy Max hosting the channel, and this is part 3 of my season review for the All Blacks. In today's video we're at last covering the performance of the backs, and yeah, they didn't really have much to work with this season. The tight 5 forwards, as I said in the last video, were really underperforming, and they just didn't give the backs enough to work off, and the backs ended up performing even worse, to be honest, because they just couldn't show their strengths. The current coaching staff is really limiting the ability to harness their talent right now, and we're going to start with the halfbacks. Obviously, I'm going to be using the letters to grade the players, just like the last 2 videos. In the halfbacks, Aaron Smith is probably the only one of the 4 halfbacks currently in the team that's up to test standard right now. TJ Perenara has completely fallen off the edge. I thought that he was going to surpass Aaron Smith, and I was one of many people saying he was going to start the 2017 series against the British and Irish Lions, and his career has just not become the career I thought it was going to be. TJ Perenara may be about to surpass Justin Marshall as our second to most capped halfback of all time, but to me that doesn't even prove a single thing about his skill. All it proves to me is that he's been stuck behind a guy that frequently comes off from the field and he hasn't been injured all that much. That's all it proves to me. Brad Weber is another one who I don't really have the faith in anymore. Brad Weber has got the ability to pass like Aaron Smith, but at 31 years old, is he really going to be the answer for a proper backup at 2023? Finlay Christie is going well, I think. He's proved me wrong. You know, he had a good season this year. It's just a question mark on whether he's good enough to actually play at a World Cup. As I said in the last video, Ian Foster did not have enough faith in him to bring him off the bench against Ireland, and TJ Perenara played the full 80 minutes. I'm very, very worried about halfbacks, but it's not enough to be considered a failure, I don't think. At least the depth chart looks very good. I am concerned, though, about minutes in that depth chart going grey. I'm going to give the halfbacks a D+. Righto, here with the most controversial opinion of the video. As I have said many a time, Beauden Barrett's not a first 5. He's a fullback. I will say that every chance I get to. He kicks away so much possession. As I explained in the first video of the season review, the team's making far too many kicks from hand, and he's partly to blame for it. Goodness me, Damien McKenzie, clearly not a 10 either. He is a fullback too. That's why he always plays there for the Chiefs. The Chiefs have done a really good job at using him there, and he's also a great impact player off the bench when you can move Jordie Barrett to the right wing and put him on fullback. Richie Mo'unga, he's playing way too many minutes as well. You know, we need a second choice player. We need a third choice player. We've got to identify them now. The first 5 at set piece is the main decision maker of our team's spine, rather. And you can't really rely on what's going on right now. Mo'unga isn't being allowed to slot into this first receiver role by the coaches, and it's not bringing out the best in Mo'unga. In the first game of the 2020 season, Richie Mo'unga took over the game protocol, and we made it from the 84th minute Aussie in our 22 to being an Aussie's 22, and we potentially could have won has TJ Perenara not gone himself sniping at the ruck with forwards in front of him. Richie Mo'unga is the best first 5 in the world, so I've got a question for Fozzie, if he's watching this video, which he probably isn't. Why are you not using this guy's talent, man? Why not? I'm going to give the first 5s an F, because Mo'unga is the only first 5, the only specialist that's been capped by the All Blacks since 2020. Please, Fozzie, find a second or third choice, please. Over to the midfield. I'm quite frustrated with this area. It's been kind of a weakness ever since Sonny Bill Williams and Ma'a Nonu ended their combination in 2015. It's very clear that David Havili and Antoine Lienert-Brown are the first choice combo in the country, and it's very clear to me that Rieko Ioane is best off the bench when he can cover both 11 and 14, as well as 13, as he has improved his ability to be a decision maker and a passer of the ball. The problem is Anton Lienert-Brown's been injured a fair bit, whereas David Havili's being used as a crash ball runner. Everyone's now coming for his head without realising the type 5 forwards aren't giving the backs enough of a platform to work off. Now they're trying to say that Quinn Tupaia needs to come in, where actually, no mate, Quinn Tupaia is still a work in progress. He has proven me wrong this season. He's improved a lot this season. Last season, I think he had a terrible one, but now he's an All Black because he's done the hard work and he's really trained very hard. He is very strong and can be used in a crash ball runner style, but that tactic is very, very outdated, and Northern Hemisphere nations read it like a book when we played against them. Quinn Tupaia did also let in Piato Malvaka for his 2 tries when we played against France, and him and Brayden Ennor really fails to fire against Italy. I don't expect Brayden Ennor or Jack Goodhue for that matter to get a call up next year. I think Peter Umaga Jensen's going to get a recall and be the real catalyst we need in our backline if Lienert-Brown and Havili get injured. Brayden Ennor, not a very good season. Quinn Tupaia, still a work in progress. Havili and Lienert-Brown, they're being really just underutilised by the coaches. They're not using Havili's kicking game enough, but at least the defensive capabilities of the two are being used. And hey, at least we know who the best combo is right now. So I am going to give the midfield a C+, kind of just slightly above average, mostly thanks to the performances of Rieko Ioane though when he's filled in. He's had an outstanding season, and wherever you put him, he's going to be great, so long as he stays injury-free. Now, I'm not going to talk about the outside backs much. It doesn't really matter who they are come World Cup time, as long as we've got Jordie Barrett at fullback. All we need for a World Cup is some very, very good finishers that cope well under pressure, and I think Caleb Clark and Will Jordan will be those guys. Will Jordan, 15 tries this season, very, very good season. Fingers crossed he can keep going on like this till 2023. George Bridge, though, I think is possibly going to have played his last test now that this year's ended. Sevu Reece was pretty solid whenever he played. Damien McKenzie, very solid when he was at fullback again. He's just not a 10. A+ for the outside backs. We've got an infinite stream of world-class outside backs in this country. All of the wingers in this country can pretty much play fullback as well. We're in very good hands for the outside backs. So just to recap this video, I've given the halfbacks a D+, the first fives an F. We're really in a dire situation there. Midfield a C+, and outside backs an A+. Outside backs is something this country will never have to worry about. Thank you so much for coming along to watch this video, guys. It's been my honour to host the channel. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment as well. Click the notification bell so you never miss a new video. If you ever want to get more access to what we're doing over there at the Black Jersey, head to Instagram. I'm going to be back on the 18th January. Join the Discord server, subscribe on Patreon or Subscribestar if you're not really much of a Patreon fan, and that's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching.